Hey there, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. We're here on day 12 for the series that we're running for the month of September entitled 30 Bands I Have Yet to Follow. So, the premise of this is these are bands that I like. I've heard their music. I've known about them, some of them for many years, some of them for many decades, but for whatever reason, I never actually got into their music and never really followed them too closely. In some cases, I don't even know the members of the bands. I haven't owned an album by them. In today's case, that's not the case. I own 2 albums by them. Many feel these are their best 2, and that's Kansas Point of No Entry and Left Overture. I own both of these albums. I've listened to almost all of their original stuff. The one thing about Kansas, unlike a lot of these bands we've done before, is that they fall well within my wheelhouse. Should be almost an automatic that I like them. Ben and me have had discussions many times about why, he doesn't understand why I can love Styx but not love Kansas. And I have no real answer for that. I have answers at points in time that seem to make sense, but don't always gel 100% with the reasoning. I'm not really sure why. They, of course, like I said, are well within my wheelhouse. This is one of the most enigmatic bands for me. They should be a band I follow. I do have, like I said, I bought these 2 albums because I anticipated that I would eventually fall in love with this band, and that may still happen. It hasn't happened to date. I rarely listen to their music unless I'm being forced to listen to it because they turn up on one of my ranking the albums shows or Battle of the Band shows or something like that. They generally get into some of these, and then I'm forced to listen to the album. And always it's the same response. I get nothing from it. Nothing. I will acknowledge that these are some great instrument playing rock stars here. The vocals are, by many, considered some of the best. The band itself has some very progressive sounds to their music, also has some really rocking sounds. They're very much like Styx in a lot of ways. A little more bluesy and have a little bit more of that funky, quirky stuff than Styx ever did. But yeah, just fantastic, and have a lot of the same things. They have those twin vocals going on. They have some keyboards in their instrumentation. They have some great guitar playing. They have some heavy songs, some progressive songs. So they have all the elements that Styx has, but for some reason I absolutely adore Styx and can't listen to them enough. And this band I just often don't have the time of day for. So it's they're very enigmatic to me, and one of the bands that absolutely, when I thought of doing this show, when I was putting this series together and when I had the original idea to do this series, this was one of 2 bands that immediately came to mind that needed to be on this episode. And so, yeah, I have no real explanation. I sometimes say that I found their music a little bit too loud, their vocals a little bit too much. They're drawn out American style kind of progressive stuff that really doesn't sit well with me. I'll say all those things about it, but I don't know if that really holds any water. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, maybe that's the reason why. But for some reason, I have never quite followed these guys, at least not yet anyways. So that might change though. So I had these 2 as examples: Left Overture, Point of Entry. Is it Point of Entry? Yes. I'm familiar with the albums. I've listened to them. I know Robbie Steinhardt. I know Walsh. Can't remember his name, his full name right now. I do know some of the people on here. I don't know what it is. And it's not like Kansas is the only band like that, but I think they're kind of the poster child for what this series was supposed to be about. And there's another band which we'll probably do in a week or so that also is a poster child and has a lot of the same issues that I have with Kansas, and a lot of the same outcomes as well. Maybe not as much, but so much. There is a couple tunes by Kansas that I think are great. Of course, the two big ones. Dust in the Wind, I think, is an absolute masterpiece song. And Carry On My Wayward Son was the song that got me listening to them in the first place. And I always thought, oh, this is a fantastic song. If their other music is as good as this, I'm going to love this band. And then I just never followed them. So anyways, there you have it. That's my day 12 take on for this series of the 30 bands that I have yet to follow. So Kansas being that band. So I hope you like this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And any comments about Kansas or this series or anything that I'm talking about or anything you think I've said that you take exception to, or you maybe want me to think about something a little more clear or whatever, you can do that. I understand that this band has 5 or 6 absolutely loved classic albums by people. And this is not a denigration against them at all. It's me that has the issue, not Kansas. Kansas has always been Kansas. It's me that just doesn't take to them. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We'll see you tomorrow on day 13 for another band of those 30 bands that I haven't quite yet followed. Take care. Bye.